HECKLED of FDNY.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about New York City, a city that is facing a whole lot of issues, particularly when it comes to crime, destruction, chaos. However, the New York Attorney General, Miss Letitia James, is not focused on the real crimes. She's not focused on going after the real criminals. She's actually focused on going after her political opponents. And there's a lot of people in New York and New York City that do not appreciate that, particularly the people that are the first responders, the people that are on the front lines of fighting against this chaos and destruction that is a product of Democrats and their soft on crime policies. And they let Miss Letitia James know that they do not appreciate where she's putting her priorities doing an FDNY ceremony speech. So the New York City Fire Department was doing a promotion ceremony speech, and for whatever reason, somebody thought that it was a good idea to invite Letitia James to this event to speak. And let's just say, again, the first responders, our heroes, the people that actually help this country operate and it's keeping us from actually, descending into complete chaos and destruction. They did not appreciate her showing up to speak with them that day.
This is more brand new video. We just turned this because it just happened a short time ago. And I'll get your reaction to it as our viewers watch as well. This is New York Attorney General Letitia James. She was just speaking at an FDNY event here in New York City. And she was booed and drowned out by those in the crowd. Listen.
Oh, come on, we're in a house of God. First, simmer down. I want to thank Commissioner Kavanaugh and Chief Hodgins for that recognition.
Again, that just happened, Congresswoman, and I ask for your response for many reasons, including the fact that you have been demanding that the New York AG be disbarred over the Trump case.
Well, I have demanded that Tish James be disbarred. She is unfit for the office of Attorney General. She has not abided by the requirements of any attorney in New York State, let alone the Attorney General. This has been a witch hunt against President Trump. She ran on illegally weaponizing her office against Joe Biden's top political opponent. But it's important, you pointed out, Sandra, yes, they were booing, but you know what they were also saying? They were cheering Trump, 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 because we understand that under President Trump we had safer streets. We didn't have the illegal immigration crisis and the border crisis that Democrats' policies, whether they're Tish James or Joe Biden, have created. So Tish James, again, she has illegally weaponized her office to go after Joe Biden's top political opponent. And it's not a coincidence that it's as Joe Biden's numbers are plummeting so low, with the lowest approval rating in modern history for an incumbent president. So FDNY supports President Trump. New Yorkers support President Trump. And I'm proud to be the first member of Congress to endorse President Trump's reelection. He is going to defeat Joe Biden this November to save this country.
Yeah, so you see that, you heard that, okay? I'm not sure exactly who thought it was a good idea to do this, because if you've seen any videos of Trump with New York City's first responders, whether that be the police department or the fire department, it seems like they love Trump. So I'm not sure exactly why they would think that bringing a woman whose sole purpose of existence is going after her political opponent, going after Trump. I'm not sure exactly why they thought that that would be a good idea.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Trump! Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, the difference is stunning, right? Total respect for the former president of the United States. Total disrespect for the woke attorney general whose sole existence is going after the former president of the United States for her own political gain. Okay, so salute to all of those heroes that booed and chanted Trump doing Letitia James' speech. She shouldn't have been invited in the first place, okay? So with that being said, New York, in my opinion, I think should worry about real problems, okay? I think the Attorney General should worry about real problems like out-of-control crime, which is the exact opposite of the mainstream liberal media narrative that they're telling us, okay? They're telling us that, no, you guys don't understand. Crime is down everywhere. Crime is down. The FBI says this. You guys are just fear-mongering. You are conspiracy theorists when it comes to the crime crisis that is clear and obvious in this country that we can see with our own two eyes that we are experiencing. No. You don't understand. That's made up, except it's not made up, right? In fact, New York City is experiencing a crime crisis. It's just a lot of the crime is happening underground.
The governor and the mayor make much of the fact that extra police have been sent into the subways to keep riders safe. But crime underground is on the rise, and it's not just according to the NYPD. Our team of data journalists have come up with some startling statistics about the increase in felony assault since Eric Adams got elected. A train entering the Queens Plaza subway station where just 4 days ago, a 29-year-old man was slashed on the side of the neck with a knife. The attacker, last seen wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt and a black vest, is apparently still at large. Strap hangers are worried about subway safety. What thoughts go through your mind?
It's just like if people are gonna push you down the rail, or if just like there's gonna be some weird people like attacking you.
Usually, it's not safe. I don't know what's going on in New York nowadays.
The same day as the knife attack in Queens, a man playing the electric cello in the mezzanine of the Herald Square station was attacked from behind by a woman who hit him on the head with a metal bottle. And police are looking for this man, who on Saturday hit a 31-year-old man multiple times over the head with a metal pipe. Since the beginning of the year, there's been a 22.6% increase in subway crime, 266 incidents compared to 217 in 2023. That's not all. CBS 2 Investigates has analyzed data from the last several years. It shows New Yorkers are reporting nearly 3 times as many felony assaults on the subway since 2022 than they were a decade ago, and about 46% more assaults than in 2019, the last year before the pandemic.
There are some subways that do have policemen on the platform patrolling, walking around, and then there are others that there's nothing there. Keep your eyes open.
Sounds like it's good advice.
Yeah, that's it. Just pray.
Yeah, so you see that, you heard that. Okay, we have a situation where once again Democrats are pissing on our legs and telling us that it's raining. Don't believe what you see with your own two eyes. Okay, don't believe your experience. Okay, don't believe it. Okay, crime is down. Crime is down. Trust us. We're going into an election year. We have to get Joe Biden reelected. We have to get Democrats reelected. We have the worst approval rating ever when it comes to crime. Trust us. Trust us. Crime is down. Don't believe your lying eyes, right? This is what they're saying, okay? Except when you actually talk to the people, like, for example, the people in the New York City subway, they're telling you, no, crime is up. It's not safe to ride the subway, okay? But yet you have, New York City going after, crime fighters like Daniel Pitty, who stopped a criminal from hurting somebody in the New York City subway, right? This is what they're doing. They're going after people like him. But yet, again, you have these criminals basically roaming the New York City subway, causing chaos, while at the same time, you have this city trying to force people to ride the subway with the congestion pricing that they're trying to implement in the city. Okay, so they're trying to make people pay a daily toll to come into Lower Manhattan by car. Okay, so they're trying to force people to ride a subway system that is not safe, right? It's so unsafe that Hochul was forced to call in the National Guard to defend the innocent, civilians riding the subway, okay? Because the criminals have become that emboldened. And in this interview where she's talking about her decision to bring the National Guard, it's so silly and so embarrassing because she's still trying to low-key defend something that honestly at this point makes sense, right? You're bringing in the National Guard. That's how bad it is. I don't blame her for doing it, but she's trying to defend it as if it could possibly be a bad thing because of the fact that the woke revolutionaries don't like police, right? So they're concerned about the National Guard potentially roughing up the criminals who are causing havoc and destruction in the subway.
We have had a series of high-profile crimes that have shaken the security of New Yorkers. Statistically, it's not what it used to be. It's better, much better. But I'm not going to talk about statistics. I'm going to talk about feeling.
It's much better, right? It's much better than it used to be, except you're calling in the National Guard, right? That's how bad it is. Amazing, amazing. Again, the statistics aren't matching the reality, okay? It reminds me of the economy. Where, oh, the economy's great, except the American people are telling you the economy's not great. But yet, the statistics are telling you that it is great. Again, somebody's lying, okay? Somebody is lying.
And emotions and the psychology of a city. I want more people on the subways. We're not quite back to the pre-pandemic levels. And if people are feeling unsafe and won't come, then I have to do something about it and work with our mayor. The mayor already deployed 1,000 more NYPD. That was a great move. He has the primary responsibility for policing our subways. But I also have assets that I can bring to just calm down the fever right now. Because when you have a subway conductor with his throat slashed, and I spoke to the doctor who saved him yesterday. It's extraordinary. And another conductor hit with a glass bottle.
That was like, what, just an hour after you made this announcement yesterday?
Exactly. So guess what? We're going to take some strong action. There's no search and frisk. There's no stop and frisk. There's no profiling. All this is a deterrent.
Wow. Incredible. You see that? You see what I mean, guys? She's having to defend it and say, well, no, we're not going to be doing stop and frisk. Okay, we're not going to be profiling, which, I mean, you know, people might find what I say to be controversial, but stop and frisk, right, profiling, it works, right? It worked. It worked to lower New York City's crime in the 90s, okay? It worked. So, you know, I mean, it's just hilarious to me how Democrats have to defend trying to enforce the law, right? And policing, okay? If you got to do stop, if it's so bad that you got to do stop and frisk, it is what it is. It's not something that has to be permanent, but if the crime has gotten so bad that you have to do that, you know, hey, I don't think you should be ashamed of it, right? But this is the state of the modern day Democrat Party. They're afraid of enforcing the law. They're afraid of the backlash from the left. Instead of you know, telling the left that, well, if you're upset about the way that we're doing this, then you need to turn your energy towards the criminals, right? Blame the criminals because they're forcing us to do this. What they really need to do is to get tougher, okay? They need to stop playing catch and release with these criminals and these people who commit these crimes in the subway. They should just be locked up, right? Eventually, you lock up enough of them, they won't be down there anymore, right? They'll be in jail. They'll be in prison where they belong.
Saying you want to commit a crime, go somewhere else.
Okay,
not on our
but
subway.
so you're gonna have the
go somewhere else. Again, the wrong message. If you want to commit a crime, you're going to prison. That should be the message. Not go somewhere else. No, you're going to prison. You're going to jail. We're gonna lock you up and throw away the key if you want to commit a crime. That should be the message. But that's not the message here. Because even when they try to be tough on crime, they're still soft, right? They're still soft.
National Guard there, and they're gonna search bags.
Randomly. There is a statistical.
What happens if you don't want your bag searched?
Then go home. We're not going to search you. You can say no, but you're not taking the subway.
How are you going to enforce that? I mean, it's hard to get people to pay the fare right now. You still have so many people evading fares.
Well, guess where these individuals are positioned? Right near the turnstiles. So you want to look in the eye of a police officer or an MTA transit police or a National Guard and still skip the fare? Go ahead.
There's so many entrances to every subway station. Yeah. How do you patrol this? I mean, do you have someone stationed at every entrance? Do you have select entrances?
We are looking at the main transit hubs where the most people come to. We're going for volume to supplement the NYPD's efforts throughout the whole system. And the other element is we're going to have cameras on every single subway.
Yeah, so you see that, you heard that. New York City, absolute disaster, okay? Absolute disaster. I'm not sure if it makes sense to continue to put more, I guess, boots in the subway system if you are not going to actually arrest the criminals and keep them locked up, right? It only works if you arrest the criminals and actually keep them locked up, okay? But if you're going to play catch and release, okay, sponsored by, the Manhattan DA, Fat Alvin Bragg, then it's not going to work. You're just wasting your time because, again, you can catch the criminals, you can lock them up, you can arrest them, but if you don't keep them locked up, if you don't actually really punish them, they're going to go back and do the same thing over and over and over again. So I think New York City just has to get a lot tougher on crime in general, not just when it comes to more boots on the ground, but also actually keeping the criminals locked up that commit these crimes. And that's when you'll see real change. But until the whole system is revamped, until these Democrats are basically elected out of office, you're going to continue to see the same thing. But who knows? Maybe this National Guard thing will work, but it's only temporary. Who knows? We'll see. All I know is that what the Democrats are telling us about the current state of the country is not the same reality that is being faced by the citizens that are having to suffer the consequences of their policies. It's pretty amazing how that works, okay? Up is down and down is up in today's America. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.